my congratulations. And obviously, sky is the limit for you, for any entrepreneur. And you have done research, so I think you must have done research in entrepreneurship as well. And I'm very hopeful and I'm very sure that today's session is going to be very different from all the previous ones, because it's directly coming from a person's experience. And experiential learning, what we tell our students is from what knowledge we have gathered. But I think what you would be speaking is directly from your experiences, sharing your journey, how you managed everything. So it's a first-hand experience, and it's going to be very insightful. I am as excited as I can be. So looking forward to you speaking, and over to you, Amit. Once again, extending a very warm welcome on behalf of the entire organizing team. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time. And now the entire platform is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ravinder, ma'am, for such a kind introduction and a warm welcome. I also thank Rashi for introducing me, though there was an interruption, but you managed so well. Thank you so much. And thank you for inviting me over here. And thank you all the students for attending this session today. So before moving ahead with the session, today's in the virtual scenario, there are 3 questions generally has to be asked to the audience, okay, by the speaker. And I am also asking you all those 3 questions, okay, and you have to give the answers to it. The first question that comes, am I audible enough to you all? Am I audible enough to you all? You can raise your hand if I am audible enough. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The next question that is coming is, am I visible to you all on my video? Am I visible to you all? Yes? Am I visible? Thank you so much. Now, the third question that comes, is my PowerPoint presentation visible to you all? Yes? Yes? Thank you so much. So moving ahead with this, the today topic that has organized, it is a mentorship session, but I don't call it as a mentorship session because I just talk on what my experience was. What my experience is and what it gonna be in the future. So that's why I have kept the title as From Ideas to Reality. What actually happens when we students generate or start working on ideas in the institutions itself, and the journey of an innovator to an innopreneur, how it actually goes and moves ahead with this. So first of all, I would like to ask another question. Literally, I'm asking so many questions, but here also I want to ask you all one question. You all have gathered here because you want to do something as an innovator or an entrepreneur, okay? But the question comes, why we should innovate? Or why we should opt for an entrepreneurship, why we should go ahead with the inventions, why we should create something, why we should go ahead with the entrepreneurship, why? This is the starting point. And I'm asking you before my entire session, the reason is, there is one kahavat in a Hindi, jana tha Japan, pahunch gaye Cheen, samajh gaye na. So हमें जाना कहाँ है, ये पता नहीं है, तो हम पहुँचेंगे कहाँ? So you should actually know why you are doing what you are doing and what is your purpose behind that doing. Okay, so why innovation and entrepreneurship? Can anyone answer or suggest something in the audience why we should go ahead with the innovation or entrepreneurship? Okay, I will not take much time and allow you to think, but being a student, I have attended so many webinars, session, even physically I interacted with many big people, CEOs, directors, and I have gathered, when they say something, I've gathered few answers, and these are high fundu answers. And I would like to quote those answers over here, which certainly motivates us to pursue this as an innovation and an entrepreneurship career option. So these are the 3 main answers that I have gathered. There is a responsibility on our shoulders. Yes, you all agree, we are the future of this country or the world. Yes, and we all have the responsibility on our shoulder to leave something behind so that the future will follow you. Yes, you want to leave something behind so that the future generation, future people will follow you. You will certainly become the CEO of your own idea and creation. That's a very important thing. And this will ultimately enhance your personal brand and it will create your celebrity status. Yes, all these things, I have collected these three answers which inspires me and motivates me a lot. Although this motivates, the answer is the results may vary and you may not get the success so early or into the first attempt. But believe me, if you are in academic curriculum or being a student, most importantly, you will learn the process of money making, which is important. And this will help you create your own venture. Though you will fail, there is no loss, okay? Because still you are in a learning. And all these learnings are completely an add-on to your career. Moving ahead, still there is something which stops all of us. You know, in a class of 60 students, only 1 or 2 people think for an entrepreneurship or doing something which is innovative or creative or something is a dire need for society. Why? Why all can't do it? There is something which stops all of us. What is that which stops all of us? You know, I have come across, even when I'm in a college currently even, but I have observed some, you know, there are certain barriers for this among students. And I need to, remove all those barriers from your mindset even today, that these barriers are still there and still existing. So let me describe all those barriers one by one and give you the answers for it. So the first barrier that comes, student majority of the times, though in the class of 60, 2-3 people can express, but others, they think that whatever the idea they are thinking for, they can't express their idea in an effective way due to certain barriers. The barriers can be anything, but they are not able to express those ideas. The reason behind it. So I would like to tell you, you need not to be a great thinker, a communication expert, or a good writer for becoming an innovator come entrepreneur or starting your career as a businessman. You need not to have all these things at a start. Another important barrier when we think for doing something, the idea on which I want to work, there are many products of such a kind into the market. Yes, when we go into the market, we see the idea which I have. There are certainly many kind of a product available in a shop or on the retailers or into the wholesalers or on road or anywhere you go. You think that the idea which I am working on right now or I am proposed to be work on, there are many products of such a kind, and it certainly hampers your own creativity. You put your idea again into the dustbin because मेरी idea का कोई future ही नहीं है, right? So let me answer this question too. It's not about what you make. It's not about what you make. It's all about how you make with your fresh perspective and your inventive steps. So you need to make it in such a way that it has something as a novel, something as an inventive step that is an add-on, a value to that existing product or an technology. And let me tell you, if you see the many products in the same category available into the market, that means that kind of a product or a technology has a customers and it also has a market. And you certainly launch your new product in that category and share the piece of cake into from the market. So certainly you can go ahead with the idea if you see many products of such a kind into the market. Another barrier, it is the biggest barrier which even I also have. I have fear of rejection. Many a times from the start till to the end, though I'll achieve, I have the fear of rejection. What if it will get failed? What if people won't like it? What if I won't generate a lot of revenue? What if I won't, pay my employees? What if I won't create a lot of assets? What if this all things come to you as a fear of rejection? Yes, this all things causes a fear of rejection. But believe me, it's there all the time. Okay, it will be there all the time. But believe in your idea, product, whatever you are working on, and make it acceptable kind of. Though you have all this fear of rejection, try to work on it and make it acceptable kind of. So these are the barriers. Okay, this is a category of the students which holds a barriers. Okay, मुझे नहीं करना या मुझे नहीं आना या मुझे ये है वो है. These are the reasons for that. Those are the students, those who don't come ahead. Now, another category is the students which think that they can do something. Okay, students, those who think they can do something. The reason is all the students have been put into a semester-wise pattern or a year-wise pattern. We have the exams for that particular year or particular course, and we have that, just who comes first, who comes second, who comes third. Okay, and the same strategy we apply also to this opportunity as a student entrepreneurs. We also apply this same first, second, third criteria to even the ideas, to even to the inventions. Believe me, this is not the strategy that you will apply for the inventions or the entrepreneurship career, because every product has its own uniqueness and has its own, setbacks. So this is a category of students, they leave with a quest to come up with a fantastic idea or a product. Okay, they leave with a fantastic idea. Okay, I want to come up with an idea for which people are dying these days. I mean, they are just waiting for me. Whenever I come into the market and I launch the product, they are just, grab that product and, get from me. Likewise, they are like into that says, okay, I will make such a kind of a product, the fantastic product and everything. They leave with that quest only. Believe me, please understand, it's a process. Okay, it's a process. You can't come up with a fantastic idea in just minutes or a day or a month. People are striving to get the best product or a fantastic idea from years and years, and still they are struggling. So please understand, it's a process. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. There is no requirement of a perfect things at the start. Try to create something which is good and make it perfect later by adding, the versions that we add on. So at start, there is a requirement of a good product. So don't let perfect be the enemy of good. And also, there are certain benefits of this journey when you start as a student entrepreneurs. Believe me, you are into a 4 years, 3 years or 2 years coursework. But what you will learn majority times are the textbook learning or the input-based methods. However, this journey will teach you certain methodologies to solve real life challenges. Similarly, one person cannot lead to a biggest height. Okay, you need a team to go ahead with, because you cannot manage, a management person cannot manage the technology aspect, and a technology person cannot handle the business operations. So you need the proper team to handle all these things. And this way, when you get into this journey, you will learn and enjoy the teamwork. This entire journey will certainly enhance your communication. It might be a writing or a speaking communication, but it will certainly enhance, and it will develop your leadership skills. Definitely, it will develop your leadership skills. And this will certainly give you an advantage. I mean, whatever the knowledge that you carried for your idea, you are able to integrate that knowledge to the society, to your customers, and that will certainly give you a happiness in return. Though you will fail in this journey, being a student currently in academics, it will not harm you, or it will not a loss for you, because this all learnings will certainly improve your prospect in future employments. Also, it will improve your learning or the capabilities if you go for the higher studies. So you have so many options open post your graduation or many other things that you do right now. So there is no loss. Instead, there is a lot of gain through this journey. So why not you guys go ahead and opting for this journey? So let me tell you, an innovator or an entrepreneur journey, it has not originated. No one is originated or born as a good innovator and an entrepreneur. It is not an originated thing. It is called as an engineered thing, because you have to systematically engineer each and every aspect of your product or an technology, because it's your baby that you're sending into the market and people are appreciating it accordingly. So systematic engineering is required when you go for this journey. Now, let me explain you on another strategy that has been given to you, might be when you are in IIC, I mean, dealing with many sessions and people coming, the experts are coming and they're talking about, and this terminology is oftenly coined by them, called as technology readiness level, or called as TRLs in short form. So what exactly it is? So I called it as, it is not a technology ready. It is all about, are you ready? Okay. It's all about being an innovator or a person who has ideated the things. Am I ready to go ahead to all these stages? Or I want to stop just to the lab stage. I want to just stop to the prototyping stage. Or I actually want to go from lab to the industry stage. So this is all about, are you ready to get your idea from a one-page idea to actually a reality world or into the industries? So let me explain you. Here I have given all these stages in the forms like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you can observe here, the first 4 phases or the stages comes under a lab or a university environment. So these are certainly the stages where we, the students, actually work on our ideas. So the first stage is nothing but an idea, a piece of idea. I mean, it is just a thought or written thought on which you would like to work on. And you think that once I'll work a product in this idea or in this area segment, it holds a market or it has a market value. Then it will certainly go to the next levels. So let me explain you this university or the lab area. Here I have given even an animated image that a man is, jumping slowly from one stone to another stone likewise. Because here there are so many things to form your idea in a very concise manner. Make it a robust kind of a method or a technology is desired. Because if you fail in the lab or the university areas to generate a proper proof of concept, your further stages will fail accordingly. Because once you move ahead, then coming back again and working on those areas and then coming ahead will certainly involve a lot of resources, time, money, and also it will create a frustration in your mind because the product, the way you want, it is not working well accordingly. So this is the time of the university environment where you have to put in a lot of effort. Though let it be a slow steps that you will take, but please take it systematically to create your product. The last stage of this university or the lab, environment that we come up with is proof of concept. That is a first study to confirm that the idea is working with the expectations, that it is working positively with up to some percentages. It is not 100% at the 4th stage. It will be 100% might be at your industry level, but at this level, it is working up to 50%, 40%, likewise, but it is giving you some positive sign, and that is called as a proof of concept that you have come up with. After this is the game that comes in, called as simulation and prototyping. So simulation and prototyping generally demands whatever the proof of concept that you all have generated with your idea, whether it is validating well, whether it is actually a simulator of the real world, or it is as per the expectations of the real world. So here also, if your proof of concept is a proper, the simulation and prototyping would certainly enhance the product's performance to a greater level. But if not, then again coming back and working on it is really challenging. And let me tell you, simulation and prototyping needs quite faster approaches because you need to now approach to a bigger world, that is industry. In university or lab, you can go slow, work on it, create an idea or generate a proof of concept. But once you are at a prototyping and simulation stage, you need to again look for a business operation and marketing strategies. Also simultaneously, you have to work on market research of your product and validate it. Then again, once you are ready with your simulation and prototyping, the actual world comes, called as industry or the real world. So 7, 8, 9, actually the 7th stage in this case demands a scale up of your product or a prototype that you have developed. Are you making a scalable products, scalable prototypes or the pieces of that product or a technology to a greater extent and with the ease. Okay, so the technology translation has to be very easy at the stage 7. And once it is done, For 8th stage demands a first level commercialization, and 9th stage demands a final commercialization. That is, you are ready to operate your business and generate a revenue at a greater extent. However, once you are into the industry or into the real world, you have to manage many things: the legal aspects, the regulatory aspects, the compliance issues. And if you are failing, or your product or the selling market strategy is failing, you need to be ready with a plan B in this case. That's why I have given an animations according to the speed or the hassles that are, involved in this all stages. And I hope I have cleared you. TRLs are actually not your technology ready. It is all about you as an innovator or you as an entrepreneur. Are you ready for this journey? That's very important. Now let me come again. This is the basic thing in the university or the student life. We actually don't frame an idea properly, or we don't even look for what exactly an idea demands. So majority of you, when we think for some challenges, we do a Google for it. But idea is not equal to Google. An idea is not equal to Google. So what we generally do is, Google is what has been done. It tells you what has been done. Whereas an idea demands what to be done from you. And that's the thing where we lack. We do a lot of things, or generating a lot of things and collecting a lot of things, what has been done already. But an idea demands what to be done, and that to be in a very, critical manner. You need to analyze what has been done in a proper way to arrive at a solution, to identify those loopholes with the existing technologies. That is desired in this case. So let me give you an example, something called collection and connection. Okay, we all are good in collecting the things once something is given to us, and ideas are also like that. We are good in collecting the ideas. So you can see here an animation that a man has some points and he has collected those points, and he keep on collecting those points. Okay, so what will happen if someone keep on collecting those points and he will not create something out of it? Certainly those ideas will be in bundles, that you are just carrying an idea and there is nothing an output out of it. So what will happen? You will fall, or your product or your strategy or your idea will fail in this step itself. Instead, if that person knows how to collect those points and connect those points in a systematic way to create something, to do something, and develop something, it is called as creativity or an idea. So collecting dots plus connecting dots is equal to creativity or an idea. Okay, another myth I would like to remove again for an idea in the next slide. So what is idea? Any idea is not equal to a business idea. Why we think that not every idea is a business idea? We all get an idea. Even I'm speaking right now, you might be getting an ideas in your brain that this is an idea which I have to work on, or something I have to work on. But are they a business ideas? Are we actually thinking about the business ideas? Yes, we all get an ideas related to our research, related to our field, or not related to, but when we observe others, we get an idea. Yes, he is doing some business, so I can also do similar kind of a business. Yes, that's an idea. But are those a business ideas? Are you actually evaluating it in terms of business ideas? So let me tell you, when your idea finds a market, when your idea defines a business, the customers, the scalable plan, believe me, this is what to be called as business idea. When your idea is considering a market, when your idea considering the customers for it, it is called as a business idea. But not every idea is a business idea. So please think on it. Another biggest mistake that we all do. Invention and innovation are similar to us. So everyone can ideate, but not every idea is innovative for market. And that's why innovation is not equal to invention. What is invention? Something new, unique, novel that someone has developed. Yes, we called it as invention. But whatever that person has developed or invented, is it a need for society right now? Is that invention has a customers or someone who is ready to pay for that invention? If not, then it is just called as invention. But if someone is ready to pay that invention, and if that invention finds a market or people, or it is fulfilling the customer needs, it is called as innovation. So please understand, invention is desired. It is a first step of innovation. But if your invention lacks, or it is not fulfilling the customer needs, it is just an invention. It is not an innovation. Now let me come ahead. I have described many things like idea, the business idea. Even I have removed the myths, what you have to do and how I feel that you might have motivated enough. Now let me get to you one example of a business idea through one video. Okay. So there is one shop in the Japan called as a freshness burger shop. Okay, Japan has so many, in Japan, freshness burger has many shops all across the Japan. But this freshness burger are not making the business that they think that they can make. And they are severely affected with making their mark into a market. The reason behind it, the problem that they are facing, and the solution that they have come up with. I would like you all to kindly look into this video. So this is the video for a freshness burger. They have all the shops all across the Japan, right? And they're offering variety of burgers, okay, in the affordable cost as well. But still they are not making the business. The reason is from the Japan, the female, the female Japanese are carrying this maintenance of small lips called as ochobu. Okay, they maintain the small lips, okay, called as ochobu. This is their beautifying factor. Okay, also it is a cultural context that they carry. The female ones open their mouth wider in a public or into the society. It is considered as unethical, or it is misbehave or something as is not fitting in their context in a properly. And female Japanese are trying to maintain their lips as small as possible, as it is also their beautifying and cultural context. And this ochobu, maintaining this ochobu and amongst Japanese female is creating a challenge for a freshness burger, because they are, offended to open their mouth to a greater extent while eating a burger. If you could see a male partner, he is opening a mouth wider and eating the burger. Whereas on the other hand side, a Japanese female is devoid of eating this burger in the society. So now, my question to you all, how we can allow a female Japanese to eat a burger without spilling their ochobu? They cannot open their mouth to a greater extent, but still Freshness Burger wants to sell their burgers because half of the Japanese female are not eating this burger. Now, the time is how they can, offer this burger to a female customers. This is the challenge. Yes, they are not even able to eat the burger the way male colleagues are able to eat it. So what's the solution? What you all think for it? I mean, how we can allow female customers to eat the burger? Yes? How we can allow them? Can we isolate females in a separate compartment where they can go and, open their mouth and eat the burger? Or can we cut the burger into the pieces and that they can eat through their forks? So what is the strategy or what's the solution that you all can offer? I mean, what they can do and how they can run this business then? Because they are severely affected with this. And sometimes even because, their male colleagues are able to eat the burger, female customers are not even allowing male even to go and eat the burger if they're accompanying the females. So again, it is a loss for Freshness Burger. So what to do? So let me tell you the solution through this video and how it has created an impact. So the Freshness Burger has come up with a liberation wrapper. You all can see this is a piece of paper And behind this paper, a female Japanese can open their mouth and eat the burger effectively without spelling their ochabu, a cultural context. And you can see this idea has created a lot of happiness amongst Japanese female, and the kind of a loyalty to the customers that has been offered, it was huge, and the business grew more than 213%. This idea got famous all across social media and newspapers on news channel, that they have come up with such a simple idea, and it is freeing women from the spell of ochabu. Yes. So I think I have conveyed the idea effectively to you all. What is a business idea and how you have to work on it.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But let me tell you, all of you, have you observed something in this? When they facing a challenge and they come up with a solution, coming up with such a simple solution is not so easy. It is not so easy. You need to think all across, or you need to thought through. Because if you could consider the cost of that liberation wrapper, yes, it is not involving any marketing team, which charge them for maybe some crores or more than that. Because if they want to sell their products or to a greater extent, they have not created any separate room, which is also another cost for them, and maintaining that area, isolating females separately, it is an injustice. So creating that justice even into the society with just a piece of a paper, and making the difference to the lives, that's the biggest observation that you should follow whenever you go ahead with your ideas and creating it into a business ideas, that your customers are your main focus. Their happiness, their satisfaction is the key for your invention. So think across, and also become the first customer of your own idea. You yourself become the customer of your idea. How much you will pay for your own idea? You will pay 10 rupees, 20 rupees, thousands, 10,000s, then accordingly expect from your customers. So that's the thing that this idea has given to us, how exactly the business idea has to be. Now, let me tell you the process, how one can generate a business idea. Now, we all the students, we don't know how to go ahead with it. Oh, I want this, I want to make something. Yes, but how we all can generate the business ideas. On this slide, I have mentioned a press model. This is called as a press model, PRESS, called as press model. This model you have to apply to your idea. Every idea you think, try to note down that idea on a piece of paper or anywhere on your notepad or on your mobile or laptop, anywhere you can just note down this is the idea one. Try to apply this press model to your idea and make it whether it is fitting into the business idea or not. So let me explain you what this press actually is. In this press, P stands for problem. Yes, P stands for problem. If your idea is a solution for some problem, or it is solving some problem, believe me, your idea is what to be called as business idea. The first strategy is it should be a problem solution for a problem. Okay. So press, the first is problem solution. If you have a solution which is solving problem, it is a business idea. Second, R stands for revenue model. R stands for revenue model. Whatever the solution you will come up with, okay, is your revenue model ready? I mean, who will pay you? Who will be your customers for the product? And how you will earn the money from them? By what means? If your model or revenue generation is there in your mind with respect to your solution, believe me, your idea is to be called as what to be a business idea. Third is a E, that is entry barrier. Okay. Entry barrier is somehow a very important thing when you go ahead with the business idea generation in academic sections. Okay, I'll explain the examples of this in a later slides. But let me tell you, entry barrier is nothing but how you will protect your idea from copying, or how you will create a barrier for others for not copying your idea. I mean, they should not come into the same business. So how you will prevent them, or how you will create a barrier for them that they should not come in your same business area, or they should not copy your idea. So that's the thing, that you have to create a strong entry barrier. If you are ready with it, then it is worth to be called as a business idea. This, in the double S, the first S stands for size of market. Now you have a solution, you have revenue, you have entry, everything is there. But if you don't have the enough size of market, then all these things go into a dustbin. Please think for the size of the market. Your size has to be the huge. Your customer or the market or the business area has to be wide enough. Then only you will survive and sustain into the market. So think for it. It should not be only 1,000 people are paying me. It should be the billion and trillion population is paying me for my product. So your target has to be like that. And finally is the scalability. Is your business scalable enough? Okay. Generally, whenever you will go as a student, we have to pitch our idea, our product or prototype in front of investors, or in front of angel investors, some venture capitalists, and many other things, the CEOs and directors of various companies, and also the government people. We have to pitch our idea or a product. And the first question that comes is whether your idea is scalable enough. Idea is scalable enough. The meaning behind this is, how scale, in how folds you are able to survive into the market. Is the input cost, input as in resources, the manpower, the all your manufacturing, everything, all it is called as input. That is input from your side to be put on your product. It should be minimum. It should be minimum compared to your output. Output is nothing but you are selling. Output is nothing but your revenue. It has to be maximum. And if you are able to maintain the ratio up to the mark, that is your output is more compared to your input, and if you are able to maintain that, sustain that, it is called as a scalable business. That means your output has to increase but not the input. The ratio should not differ. You should not have the input and output equivalent, or input is maximum and output is less. No, you always have an output maximum compared to your input. And if you have, and you are able to maintain that for years and years, it is called as a scalable business. And that's why your idea deserves to be a business idea. So you will fit your idea, whatever you think for, into this press model. Okay, before going ahead. Now let me tell you some examples based on this press model. Okay. The title that I have given is a teaching reality lesson, and it is called as a TRL again. The example is, nowadays we all are online, okay, virtual things that are happening, virtual courses, and even e-learning has come up with it. And there are so many platforms are coming into the market. And one of few of them I have mentioned on my slide, that is Udemy, Upgrad, and Coursera. Yes, you have come across all this. They're offering the online courses for and giving you a job guarantee. Once you complete this course, they are also giving you a job guarantee. Do you all think, are they solving a problem? Can we fit a press model for this idea? Yes. Are they solving a problem? Do you think they are solving a problem through generation of this, some online learning platforms? Yes. Are they solving a problem? Students, anyone? Are they solving a problem? Do you think they are solving a problem?
Yes, they are.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes? So let me tell you, the problem here is to identify the problem. First of all is, the problem is we all students have which course to be done. We all have that, this thing in our mind, the question mark, which course to be done. Which course will give me a guaranteed job with the highest salary, and I should get recruited into the very nice or the very high profile company kind of. So we all are into that quest. So all, not only just in India or in some places, all across the world, students have this question in their mind. So this is a problem, right? That we all are looking for some courses which will give us a guaranteed job. And another side is, if you could look at the employers, okay, or the job givers, what they are looking for, they are looking for the proficient candidates, those who are trained in particular courses that in which they are looking for. So it is a problem of not only the employee, but it is also the challenge of employer to recruit a proper employee into their company. So these online platforms are not only just solving a problem of students, but they are also solving a problem of the employers. So in this case, they are certainly solving a problem. Another thing, is their revenue model ready? Do you think, are they earning a money? Has any one of you visited at least a Coursera or any of these platforms? Are they earning a money? I'm asking. Are they generating a revenue?
Yes, sir, they are.
Yes, they are generating revenue. They are charging you for a particular course, that is a course fee. And if they recruit you to a some, effective employer or some good company, they will also charge that company that they have allowed you to get recruited there. I mean, they have suggested you as a good candidate for that company. So they will also get the money from an employer too. So that means their revenue model is fair enough. They will get the dual benefits. Yes, they are earning good money. Let me come to you. Does this idea has a good size of a market? Is this idea has a huge size of market? Yes, all of you think that it has a huge size?
Yes, sir.
Yes, of course. In Delhi University, how many students are learning? Almost 1,000 or more than that, right? It just in Delhi, I'm asking all across India and all across the world. It has a huge size of market, and also equivalently the employers, the companies. It has a huge size of market. Is this business scalable? Yes, is this business scalable? Input versus output, you just imagine. Do they need a manpower to run this business? Yes. How this actually is working? It is an online platform. So do they need a manpower? Do they need a big asset or a big firm to run this business? Or do they just need an app or something called an online platform where people can register and start learning? So this is an example of a good scalable business, because in this there is not much involvement of input cost, but the output cost, you can imagine, the students as well as the employers are paying them. That means there is a huge amount of output compared to input. The only thing is they are just creating an online courses and uploading it, and students visit it, open it, and learn it across online platform. So it is as simple as that. This is called as a scalable business. Even WhatsApp, whatever the apps we are using, they are an example of scalable business. Now let me tell you an entry barrier. Again, we are coming to an entry barrier. In this case, can you all tell me what is an entry barrier for this? Can I generate this online platform? Can any one of you generate this online platform? We can also offer the courses, right? Right now, Delhi University is conducting online classes and online something. So they can also launch their own online platform. If you could see, I have just mentioned 3 of them. There are so many others. Once you Google it, you will find many of them are into the market. So in this case, for a newcomer to match with the already existing, platforms is quite difficult. And that's why there is a poor entry barrier, because you cannot stop others from copying you. They can also create the same coursework and launch their own platform. So that's why this is an example of poor entry barrier. Okay. But yes, if you are offering something different or something unique in something in a different category, you also holds a good scope in this area. So entry barrier need to be made stronger. And how one can make the entry barrier stronger in this case, online courses? You need to create a lot of courses as much as possible to compete with all these existing platforms, because The max you offer, the max you will gain in this case. So entry barrier need to be made stronger in this case. Another example is the wedding gift platform. So all of you have come across a challenge, a problem. Okay, first of all, we are fixing a press for an ideas, right? So let me explain you another problem or another solution that has been offered by students itself. It's a wedding gift platform. Okay, the problem that for which they have created a solution. Problem, we all attend the weddings. We have friends, families, and relatives. We attend the weddings, and the first problem that comes is what to give the couples. Okay, and the major problem also is with the couples is they get unwanted wedding gifts. And the biggest problem out of it is they get the same gift from the multiple guests. Imagine a couple getting 10 or 20 wall clocks. What will they do with those 10, 20 wall clocks? So this is again a problem, right? So the team of students have come up with a solution for this. They have created an online wedding gift platform. Okay. On this platform, a couple puts the desired gifts. Okay. And the link for the gift registration on card or on the mail is provided to the guests. And the guests have to select the listed gifts that the couple has, given on the platform. They have to select the gift from that platform and buy from the wedding gift platform. Okay, and the gift get delivered to the couple at their doorstep. However, this is popular in Western countries, but very uncommon in India. Yes. So do you all think that this is a problem and the solution that they are offering is up to the mark? They have created a solution which is also effective, and the couple has kept, their desired gifts on the platform, and the link is given to the guests, and guests have to select the gift that as per their capacity that they can offer and buy from the platform. So let me tell you what will stop Amazon and Flipkart from entering in the same business. If you could have observed the business, Amazon and Flipkart, I have given on this slide a big dog versus a small dog. So this wedding gift platform is a small dog in front of Amazon and Flipkart, those who are already, managing this kind of a business. They have also their online platform where they have all variety kind of things available. We select and we get all the things delivered at our doorstep. Okay. And the biggest advantage that Amazon and Flipkart has, they have huge customer database, huge discounts that they offer. They also have the tie-ups with the vendors, and even they deliver the gifts at the doorstep. Then what's the difference of wedding gift platform and Amazon and Flipkart? Now you all can say me like they have created something new that is a wedding gift platform, which Amazon and Flipkart has not created, right? Certainly they have created something different, right? An online platform where couple have placed their desired gifts. But also observe the idea again in the entire picture. We have all our friends and family members, right? They will select the gift from the desired list. Okay, they will visit your platform. They'll see these are the desired gifts, but they won't buy from wedding gift platform. What if they will buy from Amazon and Flipkart? Yes. So what will stop them? I mean, they can go and order from Amazon and Flipkart, and that too in a discounts. So this is an example of no entry barrier. They are not protecting themselves from others, or they are not stopping others from entering into the same business. So this is an example of poor entry barrier, and you have to think for your idea all across through and go through those ideas in a very much effective way. Now let's see how we can resolve this situation as created by this wedding gift platform. How we can resolve. Now they have come up with this. Now how they can survive now into the market. Let me tell you a solution for this. They can survive only and only if they do a tie-up with Amazon and Flipkart. And Amazon and Flipkart will send the senders to its wedding gift platform. Or a wedding gift platform has a tie-up with Amazon and Flipkart, and your guest can select the gifts and go to the Amazon and Flipkart website and buy from it. So accordingly, you will get the shares or some percentages from Amazon and Flipkart through your created online portal. So this way, a small dog can survive with, joining in hands with the big dog into the market. Another example of scalable business. Yes, I have given something on the slide, a scalable business, to whom you will call a scalable business. Infosys versus Microsoft. So if you could have seen a business, how they are running, what is Infosys and what it is offering? Has anyone know about it? Or what is Microsoft and what Microsoft is offering? Yes? Anyone from audience? Have you all come across at least these names? Have you heard about Infosys? Have you heard about Microsoft?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes? So what is Microsoft offering? What is the business of Microsoft?
Electronics.
Yes? And what about Infosys?
It is an operating system.
Okay. So let me tell you, Infosys is mainly into the consultancy kind of a things. I mean, they are offering the solutions to the problems of their customers, though it might be in finance, it might be in marketing, it might be in anything. So it is generally a consultancy based firms, but they are offering the consultancy services to their clients. Okay. If you want to offer a consultancy to any particular challenge, what you need a consultant, right? For that means you need a lot of manpower to run this business. You need a lot of inputs to run this business. What about Microsoft? Are they offering consultancy, or do they launch their one product or something as an online thing and which they sell on e-platforms or e-commerce websites? So if you could look at Microsoft don't need the manpower to run their business. They have the products and they're launching their products online. That means a Microsoft has a less input, but the maximum output, if you could see, a Microsoft is earning more in billions of dollars compared to Infosys. The reason is Infosys is mainly based on input. A lot of input is required to run their business compared to a Microsoft. So if you want to run a scalable business, you always look into all these aspects, how you will run that business. No doubt both are running well, but you have to look for an higher achievements too. A business which generates revenue by involving manpower, or there is a manual requirements, is not a scalable business. I mean, if you have, certainly when you have the manpower, there is a manual requirements as well. Something has to get adjusted with the manpower and certain manual things. But the things which are automated, the things which are already into the automation, they don't need the manpower. They are automatically happening the things. That's why this business is called as a scalable business. So please keep in your mind how you will go ahead with the business, the scalability in all those aspects. Now, lastly, I would like to mention good ideas and bad ideas. So let me explain you. Bad ideas generally are more focused on competition into the market. Make which people want a bad idea category is. Because which people want, people are continuously telling, I want this, I want this, I want this. It is not you who identifies what they need. Along with you, there are so many innovators or entrepreneurs in line. They also think and they also focus on what people want. So you have a biggest competition when you try to develop something which people want. And if you are solving actual real life problems, I mean a biggest problem or something of that kind, you will see a big hurdles or the challenges in competition. Similarly, though you are coming up with a new idea or something, finding your first customer is a challenge, because you are in line or in parallel, you have so many competitors already running the business. In this case, the only option is you need to move fast and validate. That's the only option available when you have something which people want. Another thing, what I called as a good ideas is You are working on something which you only knows, but others don't know. Yes, you have come up with something which you only knows, no one has known to it or no one has worked on it. That's a very good idea, because everything is in your custody, and how to propose that idea into the market, it's in your custody. So what's new and how people accept your idea, everything is in your hand, and it doesn't exist. Okay, the model and the channel is already not existing. It is you, it is who, it is you who will establish this entire channel of integration. That's why work on something which you know and others don't know. And lastly, come out of it, your classroom, and that kind of a thing. I understand, I mean, being a student, we have been put into something called learning, which is an input based method. Okay, we learn from the textbooks, online things, and something which is already there and already known. We have the set program semester wise. Our instructor, trainers, mentors, they know all the answers. However, when you go for an innovator journey, it is a solution based and an output based approach. It is continuous till you find the solution. You don't know the solution at first, but it is a continuous journey to find the proper solution. And in this case, no one knows the proper answers. You have to identify those answers when you are starting this journey. Whereas in classroom, I mean, in students' life, homework, assignments, and exams are continuously happening, okay? And your teacher or evaluators evaluate you on that basis. However, if you are going through innovator journey, you need to design your own evaluation matrix for your own product and your own business. No one else can define for you. However, if you could look at it into, student life, documentation we students generally neglect. It is unnecessary for us. In fact, students, don't maintain the journals properly, the notebooks properly, and there are so much of mess when you are going into the student life and classroom kind of a thing. However, if you are starting your journey as an innovator, I must tell you, each and every piece of document is very important, because your business is getting into the IPR, intellectual property rights, those documents, regulatory, your compliances, your business operations, your contacts and tie-ups, all these fall into the documents, and you have to be clean and clear in all these cases. Another thing that we students need more is a mentoring. Okay, if you want to go ahead, because students lack certainly many things. Okay, in opting this as a career option, we need the proper coaching, training, a direction, support, motivation, success, advices, and certainly we need to fix our goal too. And all these things come under a mentoring. And that's why MoE and along with the IICT has established an institution innovation council to nurture those ideas and allow them a proper environment to further develop and try to work on their ideas. Simultaneously, certain institutions have their own incubation centers, which are further, allowing to think on business aspects, certain marketing strategies, and manufacturing and other allied areas, which are not possible into the institution environments. Next, tell you last is start plus efforts plus strategy plus sustainability. When you are starting, you need to keep in your mind, it is all about your efforts and strategy. You should know your USP of your product and service. You should have done enough market research before launching into the market. You should have done a proper product design and validations. You have done a scale up of your product too, and you have marketing and selling plans in place. And after launching into the market, sustaining into the market is also demands more. You need to face your competitors. You need to face the regulators. You need to stick to the customer compliance and improve the sell accordingly. And if you are failing in selling your product or a technology, you need to change the market strategy, or you should have a plan B if your plan A is failing. So likewise, this is an entire picture of your start till to your sustainability. Fortunately, we all the student entrepreneurs get a lot of fundings from various organizations, and few of them I have mentioned on my slide. This is Startup India, DBT, BIRAC, Bill and Melinda Gates, seed funds, angel investors, and also MHRD's innovation cell is providing funds for student innovations and allowing them to go ahead with their ideas. Let me tell you a plan for fundraising also. Right now we are students, and at the academic sections, we don't need the funds in crores or above 50 lakhs, because here we are developing a one prototype or a one single proof of concept, which hardly demands 1,000 rupees to a few lakhs, but it will certainly not go beyond 50 lakhs in crores. This money considered at the initial stages as a seed grant, and this could be given to you by your college, can be provided by your college, by your IIC or incubation center, or it can be given to you by your friends and family if they believe in your idea. Okay. So if you are able to convince people, you can be able to manage this much amount of money. Few ideas just need 10,000s or 20,000s. On the other hand side, you are getting a lab space, the laboratories and many other facilities from your institute itself, which otherwise also has a cost outside. And if you are ready with your technology development and validation in the lab environment or into the institutions, you can further go ahead with the business planning, large scale production, and so on. And your plan for fundraising has to be accordingly. It should go in crores, and more funding is required when you go to the ahead, some other stages of this product development plan. So initially there is no fund requirement or there is no worry about the funds. But yes, once you are ready to launch or get into the large production as well as a business operations, you need a lot of fundings, and you can apply to the funding organizations and also investors. You can pitch in front of many directors or CEOs, those who can support you to go ahead and do your business in a scalable manner. Lastly, I would like to tell you do's and don'ts. Okay, let me tell you your don'ts only. Do's though you will understand when I'll explain don'ts only. Don't be hypothetical. Please do your homework well about your idea, technology and everything. Just don't be hypothetical. Don't do a poor market research. Please go to the market, ask everyone who will be your first customer, get to them and get their requirements and try to add it on to your product and improve accordingly. Don't go ahead with a poor and ugly prototype. Okay, दिखता है वही बिकता है. So have those aesthetics and attractive things in your prototype. Okay, so that people will come to your prototype and ask for it. No, there is no need for a bigger, fancy, glamorous aspect that people think for right now for their product. That is not required at the start. You may add it on later as a version 1, version 2 or so on. But at the start, there is no requirement. Just stick to your objective, what you are looking for. Don't fall in love with your idea and protect it. Don't fall in love. Okay, I have seen students protecting their idea and falling in love like this. Okay, it is my idea. If I go and ask students, what is your idea? They say, no, it is confidential. I can't express or I can't tell you. Believe me, what is your idea? It is on what you are working. How you are working, it has to be get protected. How you are not telling them, but what you are working, you can certainly go and tell them. Another thing is not realizing the strength of your team members. Okay, here I would like to tell you, a team of students, he is my best friend, she is my best friend, my uncle, my mama, he is good to me, he listened to me, that's why he is in my team. No, you need a good team of people and their skill sets. Okay, try to consider their skill sets, what the addition things that they are gonna have with you or they are adding to your product. Based on that, you have to have a team, a good and a strong team. So don't get into the relations and emotions when there is a requirement of a practical approach. Don't be superficial and overclaim. I have seen students claiming so high fundu things. Okay, I have seen my product is this, my product is that. Yes, I have, aisa hai, ye hai, wo hai. Don't be superficial and overclaim your product. Whatever you have achieved, though it's a 1% thing, try to convince people with the 1% only. There is no need of, telling them very high fundu terminologies, because people also knows what actually the real scenario of your product too. Don't go ahead with the general presentations when you are pitching, because pitch is nothing but an investment. Pitch is nothing but your future of your product. So please be, make some effective pitch ready for your product and try to convince the investors accordingly. Don't go with a general presentation. A general presentation is an impact of a poor performance, a poor market research, and also the lack of interest it shows to the your investors. So please ready with an effective pitch. 5 steps to take ahead any idea if you are working right now. I have mentioned it. First is choose the right area, niche, or the segment on which you would like to work on. Compare the available products which are available based on those area or the idea which you are working on or the technology that you are looking for. Compare the already available and existing technologies. And if you observe those comparison, what is the loophole and how you can add a values in terms of cost? Can you make it an affordable technology? Can you make it a very easy technology or a user-friendly method? Can you scale it to a maximum? That existing technology is not scalable enough, but you are able to scale it, make it scalable enough. All these strategies you need to identify. And if yes comes, try to work on it and develop a minimum working model, or call it as a proof of concept, a small prototype, and get ready with your business model, how you will launch and go ahead with that product. And finally is the performance validation and going ahead with your that idea and product. So it's all about an adventurous journey. So you should do your homework well before starting this journey. If you fail to do so, you will face obstacles accordingly. Now, lastly, a few slides only about my journey and how I have started this IIC's Innovation Ambassador and other things. So I have developed a product called Pregnidate. It is to improve milk profitability using on-farm, super simple. It is an early urine pregnancy diagnosis test kit in cattle. So this is my product. Pregnidate, it is a urine-based simple, rapid and early pregnancy detection kit in cattle, mostly cows and buffaloes. Only one has to take the sample of a urine in a tube and add the reagent A followed by reagent B. Once you add this, it develops an instant wine red color. And if this wine red color comes in your sample, it indicates the cattle is pregnant. And if not, or any other shade comes, or the light shade, or urine doesn't change the color, it is called as a non-pregnant. The USP of my product that it detects a pregnancy within 18 to 20 days of conception or artificial insemination, which has not been proved by any other existing method in the market with such a visual and simple test. This idea I presented to the AICT MHRD's National Innovation Contest called as Proof of Concept Contest. And I have been awarded a first prize at this contest at the national level at the hands of MHRD ministers and also many other honorable dignitaries of AICT and MHRD at the Innovation Festival of MIC. Although this was the awarded, I was more excited for an exhibition and a bootcamp kind of a strategy, because here I would actually get the feedback on my product. So AICT and MHRD also gave us a great platform and also the learning during certain mentoring sessions and also the bootcamp. And also I have exhibited my product and interacted with many people and got certain inputs about my product. However, this winning was not just limited to a national level winning. There are many other opportunities, waiting for me. So I got selected for an India-South Korea Startup Exchange program. And another important thing that was an add-on to me, that my product got selected amongst top 100 startups all across the world in the Global Innovator Festa in South Korea. Yes, so this was the biggest thing for me to be in amongst top 100 startups all across the world. So first of all, when I got into the South Korea, I attended this global commercialization workshop. So generally, this is a GCC has been organized from since last 8 to 10 years, and they're working on how one can go ahead with a global commercialization. So generally, the learning most importantly that I have gained is you need to have a strong intellectual property protection if you would like to go ahead with a global commercialization, and that's very essential. Next, I visited also certain organizations which are supporting the student innovations and entrepreneurship. On the left-hand side is the Electronics and Telecommunication Research Institute, ITRI Dijon. Here they are supporting the startups coming from electronics and IT sectors and many other things which are mostly related to the electronics and telecommunication. And they have a huge center for this. Another to the right hand side is the Kim Young University, and you can see they have supported and successfully developed certain startups from their university environment. So, and also they are the kind of facilities they are offering to their students. Next is the Global Innovator Festa, where I got mentioned amongst top 100 startups all across the world, and I got my product mentioned in this Global Innovator Festa. Also, I got the chance to exhibit and present my product and performance in front of many dignitaries all across the world in this Global Innovator Festa. This was actually a festa for a networking as well. And through this, I also got an international collaboration through this initiative. So that was the biggest thing for me when I have attended this Global Innovator Festa. Another thing is that another institution that I have visited is a CCI Daegu. It is nothing but a Center for Creative Economy and Innovation in South Korea. And you can see on the left hand side, they have successfully supported 96 startups. They have supported 96 startups, and these are all student startups. In fact, there are few students from schooling as well, and they are running the startups and the facility and the incubation center that CCI is providing to them. It is really phenomenal. Another thing that I got through this India-South Korea Startup Exchange, that I got the learnings from the Juliana Lee and partners. So Juliana Lee is the global communication expert and coach for investor pitches. So she trained us in the pitchings and how one can pitch our product to investors and get the investments for our product and technology. So most importantly, I would like to highlight only one thing. She mentioned that people are more sensitive to the pain. Okay, if you could go, oh, I'm in pain. If someone is in pain, you can see their the expressions, the emotions, the pain that is coming in. That is called as a problem. People are more sensitive towards the pain. And if you are able to highlight those pain points, oh, you are in such a pain and this is happening, that is happening. But though you have so many pain, I have a pain killer for you. I have a pain reliever for you, and that's my product or that's my solution. Believe me, how your results are relieving that pain. If you are able to inculcate and channelize those pain points and pain reliever linkage in front of investors, you are winning the investor pitch. Certainly you will win that pitch, and that's the strategy you need to take in mind. Finally, it was an aim to the India-South Korea Startup Exchange program, and I have received the completion certificate at the hand of President CCI Daegu, and this was a great journey altogether. After coming back to India, many opportunities were like waiting for me. I came in news of NDTV channel for this achievement, coming into the top 100 startups all across the world. Also, I came in Maharashtra Times as in Maharashtra as Vidyanveer. Also, I have been interviewed by a radio channel for my achievements. And also in the MoE-IIC's one of the meetings, okay, that was a funding and technology development grant meeting, and they have called so many dignitaries from government as well as from industries, and at the hands of them I got this AICTE MHRD's Innovation Ambassador nomination. Also, I received the Technology Incubation Startup Grant from the AICTE MHRD's Innovation Cell to further develop my idea and take it to a level. Currently, my Pregvidate performance I'm explaining to you. I have almost more than 25 doctors all across India are supporting my Pregvidate, in launching it and, conducting the trials and convincing the customers. Also, me and myself, my mentor as well from ICT, we are conducting trials in a big dairy farms under the guidance of experts. Also in small dairy farms too. And we have received a Korean collaboration who is evaluating the performance in the South Korea as well. So this journey has started with an award. This is my team. Also, I received a technology startup grant, and we are also incubated at our incubation center in ICT called as Sri SM Mukashi Incubation Center in Mumbai. And I'm very much happy to tell you all with this slide, I got the testimonials for my product as well. And these are from eminent people that are veterinary doctors, those who are practicing all these services. One doctor from Malaysia is telling it has a great potential in Malaysia. I have developed a fantastic substitute for all older pregnancy diagnostics methods. It is a breakthrough and a milestone, and people are ready to support to a greater extent to my product. And that's the biggest achievement I feel altogether through this journey. And I have many other achievements before too. I have awarded with a Youth Inspirator Award. I have also received a special honor for research mentor award. I've also won many entrepreneurship innovation competitions earlier. If you could have come across that, Germany also organizes one competition on national level, Falling Walls India, for your innovations. So I won that. Also, I won a Best Able, which is organized by DBT India, government organization. Also, I came in news many a times for all these achievements all together before too. So I'm currently an innovator, come entrepreneur in this entire journey. And also I have been nominated as an IIC's Innovation Ambassador. So one message I would like to give you all. We being an ambassadors, we believe in togetherness. Why togetherness? Because together we all have to innovate. Innovation, and simultaneously we all have to educate others too. And finally, expand this culture of innovation and entrepreneurship altogether. So with this, I would like to thank you, IIC of Dayal Upadhyaya College, University of Delhi, Principal of DDUC, and Dr. Ravinder Kaur, Madam, for calling me, the entire IIC team of DDUC, and best wishes to all the student entrepreneurs and all the attendees over here. Thank you so very much for attending this session.
Thank you so much, Amit. It was an absolute privilege, I would say. And let me put it like this, you pitched yourself very effectively. So
thank you so much.
And I think the way you delivered the lecture with so interesting examples, and you touched up all the things, like different aspects, very clearly, very simply, very attractive slides with lots of animations to keep our participants engaged. Interaction was also there. So all in all, it was pitched up very well. So had I been an investor, let me call myself as an investor who can invest in giving you lots of best wishes for your success.
Thank you.
And not financially, but in terms of wishes, then you are granted all wish from all of us. It was so good. And I really like the concept when you started. It's not only connecting the dots, it's collecting the dots and then connecting the dots, leading to a creativity. And this is very true. You know, we often talk of connecting dots, but we forget to say that first you have to collect the dots and then you have to connect the dots. And this is where our creativity lies about. And then your examples which you gave about Japanese women not being able to, I didn't know about it. Thank you so much for enlightening me, about that. And I really like that concept also, wedding gift. Probably, I think some of the students should come up with the better innovations, which has a moat, right?
Yes.
Where other market competitors cannot come. And then you explained so well. Every concept was explained in a very well mannered, like with lots of examples, which can be you can easily link to our day-to-day lives. So that's the beauty. So thank you so much. I'm sure at least some of our young participants would be inspired seeing your achievements. You have innumerable achievements. Congratulations! And I am now an investor. As an investor of good wishes, I give lots and lots of good wishes for so many awards coming your way now. Uh, I'll just see in the chat box if you have any questions. There are lots of good comments which are coming, people, which is very clear. Students are very happy with your interaction and the encouraging response we are getting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It was an absolute delight, I have to
Thank
say
you
that.
so much. Thank
And
you.
it's not an exaggeration. I really liked it. Probably I would pick one or two examples for my next session whenever I have to give.
Yes, sure.
I'll use them.
Yes, certainly.
And
No
I'll
problem.
definitely say courtesy, Amit. This is wherever I give my session, I'll give due credit to you.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, there are
It
lots
was
of
really
compliments.
nice to even interact with, you, ma'am, and all together to deliver a session to the students. But I'd be happy if someone can ask some questions, and I'll be able to answer if you have some
Uh,
queries or
I
something.
can understand you. As a speaker, we really want to have questions. And when we don't get questions, we think probably we have not been able to do justice, but it's not that way. The way the compliments are just coming on in the chat box, it
Mhm.
seems students have understood everything. And it was, in fact, a very lucid presentation, very wonderfully done. And I have a guest from Aurobindo College, one of our colleagues, Dr. Manju Pruthi.
Okay.
She's also there, and she's also saying it was a wonderful session. So
Okay.
getting from a colleague of mine who's not from our college means a lot. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Manju,
Yes.
for that. And the pleasure is all ours that you join. I extend a heartfelt gratitude to you for joining this session. Anyone else who would like to speak? Would like to interact? So on that
Yes,
note,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
So I want to ask when you started your innovation journey, like schooling or college?
I started it, and when I came into PhD, from the first year of PhD itself, I started my journey. So I got into the product development, into the veterinary science mostly. So I just presented here a one product, that is Pregvidate, which has been supported through IIC. But before that, I have also invented 3 more products into the point of care diagnosis. So uh, from my first year of PhD itself, I have developed few products, and Pregvidate is one of that.
But your mindset being innovative, being different, being creative, was
Yes.
it got triggered only in PhD, or it was right from your school times? You
No,
had lots of
actually,
ideas and you would
no.
implement them.
Actually, no. From the schooling, I was like into getting into the science, and getting and learning. It is altogether a schooling life as well. Okay. In fact, I was not into the mind to get into the PhD. Okay. One of my friend was like, "You should get into the PhD. You should get into the PhD." I was actually working outside post my post graduation, and I was not thought for a PhD at all. I was so reluctant. I don't want to contribute to the science at all. I was like that. But once I
God
came
had
back,
better plans for you. That is why you went to
then
PhD and did all this magic.
he roped me to the PhD, and the wonders happened. I got one student, one undergrad student who came for me under me he called that he will be my mentor. I would like to work with him, and it's altogether gave me, like, when my students doing well, okay, then ultimately in return, that's the biggest achievement.
Yes.
And that's why, if you want to teach others, in fact, you have to learn a lot, and
No,
that curiosity
very
created
true.
something in my mind, and I moved ahead.
So awesome. Uh, on that note, I think we can wind up the session. I extend a heartfelt gratitude and lots of thanks, lots of best wishes. Good luck to you, Amit, as an investor,
Thank you so much.
because you pitched your idea so well. On behalf of the entire team of IIC and all the colleagues who were present here, I'm thankful to a lot number of colleagues who attended the session today. To all the participants, big thanks to you. I know it's getting something like you must be getting bugged up. We have session every alternate day. Thanks for bearing us with us. But I hope you're also learning in this, and it would really benefit you people in your long run, even in your day-to-day lives. Forget about entrepreneurship. I think all these ideas, they get very well in our problem solving, let it be any field. Even if we are doing our day-to-day chores, they really are helpful. It's all about what perspective you are taking, and how you are taking the problem, how you are identifying it, and how you are moving towards the solution. So this is always in our lives. So it will definitely make you a better person in general also. So again, as Rashi said in the beginning, you have to fill the feedback form, and it's really very important for well-being of all of us, for you also, and for the speaker, and for the organizing committee. So please do fill the form. And nevertheless, as always, my thanks to Rashi and her team for doing a wonderful job in a short span of time. Every night I give her, you have to make this flyer for day after tomorrow, and the students are, ma'am, abhi aur kitne sare hone hain. So I'm so thankful to the entire team for putting in their efforts, and they are doing a wonderful job making the flyers, arranging the statistics, logistics, everything. And last but not least, lots and lots and lots of thanks to our technical team who has taken care today. आज Saturday था, he was not supposed to work, पर सुधाकर जी has been so kind कि वो अपने घर से ऑपरेट करके हमारे लिए सब कुछ कर रहे हैं. Thank you so much, सुधाकर जी. It really means a lot. I would request all of you to kindly switch on your cameras so that we can have one group photograph. And
welcome, ma'am. Welcome. Yes, welcome, ma'am. Okay, to get a photograph. Okay, I do, ma'am.
You are an integral part of our team. हमने आज जो इतना अच्छा हुआ, वो it would not have been possible without your support. And you doing it despite a Saturday means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, being an IT, we have to work 24/7, ma'am. It's not a Saturday.
वो तो सबको करना पड़ता है, but आपने जिस तरह से किया, I know it. A big thank you to you.
Even I say thank you to all the team members. I mean, I know behind the things, behind every talk and behind everything, it's team that works so hard and put their efforts too. In fact, I have not faced any challenge all throughout the session. Majority of the time there is internet interruption, someone is talking, your camera is not working, your slide is not going through well. So it went so well. And
God has been very kind. God has been very kind on us.
Thank you.
Sudhakar ji, ek photograph ho gayi?
Yes, I did, ma'am. I did.
Okay, can we have another one? Students who didn't switch on their cameras, we'll switch off ours. You can switch on yours. So we. Sudhakar ji, is it done?
I do, ma'am. I do. Done, I'm done. It's done. It's done.
Thank you so much once again. Stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy the weekend. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhakar ji. Thank you, Paramdeep Bedi ma'am. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you, Yogita. All my dear colleagues who are here, I extend a heartfelt gratitude and thanks from my side.
It's our pleasure, ma'am. It's our pleasure. Thank you.